Alrighty. Well, before we get into this very interesting conversation we're going to have about the generational differences of Star Wars fans, we had some interesting news and a new trailer released, a Star Wars trailer released for us this week, which was very exciting, of the new Star Wars Visions show, which is coming to screens in September 22nd, I believe, if I'm not wrong, which is going to be super exciting. But we got our first full trailer, which looked fantastic, might I first say. So we're just going to have a quick discussion roundtable of what our initial thoughts and reactions were to this trailer. Mine were just, it looks really good. Mark, I'm going to throw it to you first, put you in the deep end. What was your first reactions to this Visions trailer?
Well, I was kind of surprised because, as we said before we started, Star Wars has got that Japanese influence in its DNA anyway. But I never really expected them to be so literally on the nose. This is Japanese anime, does Star Wars completely in that Japanese style. And obviously, when you see the trailer, I think there's 9 different episodes. So I think we're kind of expecting 9 different styles. And that really highlights and shows up in the trailer. So you've got your full-on action stuff, very kinetic, very visual, your very sort of cutesy styles. There's a real mishmash. I'm not an anime expert, so I know there's specific names for specific
all the things.
I'm going to learn it because we're going to all get into it. I'm definitely going to learn it, but I'm hyper excited. Like I say, Dark Horse did the manga comics years ago. I never thought they'd go animation, so this is a real bonus.
Yeah, and you got a really good point there of there's a lot of the lightsaber fighting style, for example, that draws from that real samurai style, and even George's film style. There was a lot of kind of that samurai Japanese war film kind of he drew upon. So it's kind of interesting. He took from that, and then now we're going back to there. We're going back into those roots. Chad, what about you? What did you think of that Vision trailer?
I'm super excited for this. Like I was kind of excited for it. I wasn't like crazy. I'm not a big like anime fan, so I wasn't like crazy excited for it. But after that trailer, I was like, oh man, all the different art styles, everything is just like, it looks so awesome. I can't wait. I like the idea of like having the lightsaber as like a katana almost. Like there was that quick shot of that one dude just like pulling it out on the side, and I was like, oh, that is like cool. And then there was like the umbrella lightsaber, which was
the umbrella lightsaber. Can we talk about that? Oh wow! Like I thought, Kylo Ren's lightsaber was like kind of branching out into different looks, but it's an umbrella, but it looks fantastic. Very strange, but I like it. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. What else was like the standout for you guys in this trailer? What else did you kind of what else caught your eye while watching?
There's one of the stories is spinning off into a novel, isn't it? They're doing a Visions novel.
Yes.
And there was that very classically anime style bad guy looking, I'm guessing he's a Sith. That guy always had that evil grin on his face.
Yeah.
He stuck out to me. So I'm not sure what episode he's from, but that was the one that leapt out at me. So that's the one I'm hyper curious about seeing.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a really good point. And like, because we have these, really major, dark Sith characters that are very iconic and big in the Star Wars world. But it's going to be more interesting to start learning about these, kind of middle level evil, antagonist characters, not just the big Darth Vader, but the interesting evil characters that are there to cause that villainy and to cause that, the good and evil story to carry on. So it's going to be, I hope they do kind of go into different types of evil characters in these stories, and kind of explore that a little more.
I know like all of this is not like canon. It's not the canon stuff. So it's gonna like bring in different aspects, and then like I kind of like that idea that it doesn't have to like play in the Star Wars universe. It uses the Star Wars universe as like a jumping board to do different wacky
it's like
things.
Like a playground, a Star Wars playground.
Exactly, that's where.
Yeah, like Love, Death and Robots on Netflix, isn't it? Where every episode's its own thing and very different. And I don't know whether any of the interchange or mix, or whether they're all completely standard, because there's a Fett episode and there's all this other stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if one of these really sticks to the landing with people, and people want to see more of it. So in time we go, oh well, you had Visions before, well here's season 2 of Visions, but also you're going to get this. So it wouldn't surprise me if some of this spun off into its own thing.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, because when I was thinking about, you know, when Mando came to our TV screens, and when that was released as Star Wars can be a live action TV show, like I don't know about you guys, but I just remember there was a lot of not necessarily negative, but there was some skepticism of like, is that really going to work, Star Wars on a TV show? And then like, look at the absolute reception it's gotten, and you know, with season 2 being even bigger and everyone just going wild for Mandalorian, and Baby Yoda being the biggest like pop culture character of the past 2 years. Like I'm hoping, I think it'll be in a different way, but I'm hoping that Visions gets the same reception, because I think you mentioned this before, Chad. I'm a bit on with what you're saying of like, I'm not big into anime. I haven't seen a lot of anime, but I'm very open to the idea of it. So I'm hoping Visions kind of can achieve that next step of branching out into this new style, kind of this new look of Star Wars, which is going to be really interesting. Yeah.
I think other ways of presenting Star Wars as well, it never hurts to do it in a different way. Like you say, you know, back in the 80s, it was Ewoks and droids, and that was different from the time. After all the live action, you know, and then you have a TV movie with Caravan of Courage and Battle for Endor. Well, cinema, we got them in the cinema in the UK, but, you know, and then a couple of years later when you get CG with, animated Clone Wars, Tartakovsky Clone Wars, and then you get CG Clone Wars, you know what I mean? And so it's always trying something new. But this really is a departure. This is as much of a departure as Star Wars performed by dogs and cats. It's something that you wouldn't expect. It's so out of the box. So now everyone's mega excited, but I think more than that, really curious to see how this is going to work.
I'm in that camp of just it's just curiosity. That's the best word to describe it. I think it's just how the stories are going to run, even just like the storylines, how deep they're going to be, how similar they're going to be to stories we've seen before. Is it going to be the simple, you know, kind of story of good and evil and the grey in between, or are we going to see kind of new ventures kind of branch out from there? Let's take a look in the comments. Chad, what are some comments that people are saying?
Seriously, Star Wars here said the set with multiple lightsabers looks pretty cool. Yeah, exactly.
It's like I think they've got like 6 arms with 6 red lightsabers. That looked like I saw a meme that General Grievous is going to be very jealous. Yeah, I agree. Like that looks really cool. It's going to be very interesting. It's interesting. Star Wars Visions is such a great opportunity to diversify the Star Wars universe. That's the word that comes to mind. Hey, it's the diversity of style and how we're kind of consuming it, different types of media, which is interesting. Yeah, that's a really good point. Well, any final thoughts on the Visions trailer that we got? Mark, what are you looking forward to most about this?
September coming around quickly, and I don't like to move my life away because that's not a cool thing to do. But I mean, we've just had 16 awesome weeks of Bad Batch. We've got to wait a couple of weeks for Disney Gallery, and then it's not that long until, as you say, until Vision starts, because we've had a blast on Fantha Tracks reviewing all this stuff, and it generates conversation, so it's always interesting. Plus, it's new Star Wars content, so that's the big thing for me. We've got some brand new Star Wars content coming, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's awesome. Chad, what about you? What are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just like sitting down and just watching all these and just like enjoying it, like something the different art styles and something new. It's always new. Star Wars is always fun, and the Bad Batch was great. Can't wait for the second season. Now, something to hold us over until Book of Boba Fett comes out in December. It's just like,
that's it. Yeah, it's a good time to be a Star Wars fan, and I feel like I've been saying that for the past like 3 years. But they're really spoiling us. I feel there's different animations, different shows coming out, different books coming out. It is a good time to be a Star Wars fan. Really, really good.